Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Nikita Antoine and today we'll be doing a message for the sign of Libra, the Libra essence, if you will. I've switched up the decks Libra, so I'm now using currently, it's still a blended deck. It's of two. It's the Bestiary and the Herbiary by Maia Toll. Yes. I hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly. And then for the framework energy, I'm also using her crystallary deck. It's like a little miniature version. So, Libra, let's just get right into it. So it looks to me like you've received some type of notification that is it's basically telling you that you need to evolve beyond a situation. Because whatever it is, it looks as though you have to get out before, almost like you can't. It's like there's like some type of, something is closing down, and if you were not to get out before then, it's like you would be trapped or something along those lines. So, I don't necessarily think that where you are currently, if you're feeling trapped, it doesn't look as though it's negative or toxic in any type of way. It's like there's a sense within you that you need to elevate. And so there's a desire to want to move on to the next level. It's not that this level that you're on currently is, I don't know, like holding you back or anything, but it seems as though there's a time frame or a space that you want to move through quickly so that you can get to wherever you're going fast. So let's look at the underlying energy. So the underlying energy, this is very interesting. It's very reminiscent of the holidays. It is Imperial Topaz. Okay, so figuring out the lighting. There we go. Okay. Imperial Topaz. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's very reminiscent of the holidays, of course. So for your underlying energy, it's like you're focused on this cornucopia. You're focused on all of the opportunities, the experiences, everything that is up and coming. It's like you are up and coming, and therefore your underlying energy is one of all of these beautiful, abundant things that are going to be up and coming in your space. So you might see, actually, like, especially because, you know, I'm in the United States, so we have Thanksgiving, of course. I don't know if we have any international watchers, but this might be starting to play out for you as like Thanksgiving rolls around and all of the holidays and the feasts and everything that happens during the winter. And it's very funny because winter is coming up actually in your reading. So your underlying energy is one of abundance. So it's like you are actively looking out for all of the things that are going to be bringing you, well, life and joy, and it's actually coming through like things in excess, enjoyment, even happiness even. So for your bridging energy, we have salt. Very interesting. Okay. It says the fundamentals of humanness. That's fun. That's fascinating, because with this idea of feasting and Thanksgiving and all of that gathering of humans, the fundamentals of being human is that, like, we're all coming together. We're all starting to come together. Okay, so that's kind of changing a little bit how I was viewing your reading, because it actually looked like you're trying to leave a group behind, but maybe it's actually because you belong in another group, or you're moving from where you are to join another group. And with this salt card as your bridging energy, what I'm sensing here is that this vibration of yours, this vibration of abundance, of excessive joy and happiness, and it's even coming through as like peace. It's vibrating out from your being. It's almost like you're sitting within that energy. Like when you're in a relaxation state, you are sitting within that energy, and it's like there's a pulse that is coming off of you that is sending out into the world this underlying energy of abundance. That's fascinating. It's coming through as like you know, actually like imagining the feasts that are going to be happening soon. So maybe actually this is very interesting. Maybe you're actually starting to prepare your list for all of the things that you're going to be cooking on these feasting days, and you're envisioning everything that's going to be on the table, this group of people that are going to be arriving, and it's like that space that you are in is amplifying almost like other opportunities that are actually going to be coming your way because you're in that space of abundance. It's like almost like you're not seeing that the effect of where you are at currently is actually causing things that are just not on your radar to come into view. So let's get the overall energy for you. And well, 2 came out. And this first one is Emerald, and it says choose your, that's interesting. It says choose your initiation, but I read it as choose your invitation. So that's what I'm saying. It feels as though you're setting up a feast, like you're wanting to set up a feast, and you're, you know, choosing who you want to sit at the table with you. Okay, so now I'm starting to see where the separation from people, and then it's like invite who do you want to sit at the table with you while you are giving thanks. So that's how this card is coming through. And the other one that is coming up is, it's Amber, and it says, what are you becoming, Amber? What are you becoming? And you can see all of these kind of more fall type things that are encased in amber. That's fascinating. So this is talking about, so your overall energy is referring to knowing where you are at currently in your evolution and deciding who exactly do you want to be around you. You know, like if you have evolved beyond certain behaviors or characteristics or even people, it's like there's that resonance isn't there anymore. So you're sending out this resonance of abundance and opportunity and, you know, things opening up, beautiful things opening up. And if those who are not on that same wavelength, it's as if you're deciding whether or not they have a seat at your table. That's what that's referring to. That's fascinating. Because it's like, in order to have a successful feast, you know, you're focused on this successful feast, you would want the people who are sitting at the table with you to be able to express gratitude, abundance, all of those really like it's coming through as energies that are very open and expansive and evolutionary. And if you were to have energies that are closed off, don't want to evolve, or have like lack mentality, lack mindset, it's not that they don't deserve to sit at the table. What it's referring to is that it would alter your it would alter your picturesque version of what this feast should look like. So we're starting off your reading here with the common raven, and it says align your inner compass. And what I'm seeing here is that there's actually an outside energy. You know, the raven talks about news. It doesn't, you don't really know though. That's the thing with the raven, is like you hear the raven's call and you don't know yet if it's going to be a good message or a message that is like foreboding, if you will. So this raven here, it has this, I don't know what this is. It's like what I'm picturing here is that it actually has the sun within its beak. And what that's referring to is that you're so focused, right? How I was saying, you're so focused on this abundant energy, like this light and love, abundance, gratitude, and happiness, right? The sun can talk about representing happiness. And so everything is being illuminated for you. And that's what this raven is doing. It's like you're receiving information, illumination on where you want your compass to be focused. So it's like you receive some type of message that is telling you where you need to focus. So that kind of gives me an idea that maybe perhaps whatever environment you were in previous to this message coming in for you was one that was not expansive for your evolution. And so when this message comes in, it's like it illuminates another way to focus, like another way to focus on like this cornucopia, right? Another way to focus on it. And what I'm seeing here is you here as, this is called, it's the spring pepper. It's this little frog. He's so cute. And it actually says evolve into your new being. So, okay, this is fascinating. I was saying that you receive a message that's telling you how to focus, and then it's like you evolved. But actually now that I'm looking at this a little bit more deeply, what I'm seeing here is that you've actually had a breakthrough. You see how this is ice that's covering this lake here, and there are all of these other beings down here at different evolutionary stages. Some, you know, on the egg, some are tadpoles, but you here are coming through as like just now coming into the peak of your current evolution. And with it being this spring pepper, this frog, that comes with an energy of cleansing. Actually, the frogs are a very cleansing energy. So it looks as though you've had this breakthrough, maybe perhaps while you're doing some energetic cleansing like this, like perhaps a salt bath, like doing an Epsom salt bath or something along those lines. That's fascinating. Actually, maybe that actually might be some guidance there for you to do an Epsom salt bath, because it's going to restore your, it's like magnesium. Isn't that what that is? Like magnesium and the salts within your body, the electrolytes, that's what I'm referring to, electrolytes. So in doing that cleansing, that's fascinating, because in the Virgo reading yesterday, we were talking about using sage actually to cleanse the space, to clear the mind. And for you, it's referring to kind of being in this water and doing this cleansing, like the salt being in the water down here. And then there's something that's happening down there while you're in the, I want to say it's like a bath, that you are having some type of breakthrough where you're able to come up and out of the water and perceive this sun, this message here. And it looks as though it's all around you. Like it's as if this message has been floating around you, this entire time, but because you were where you were at that space, it's as if you were not able to receive it. Like it's been there the whole time. You know, it's been actually, like, this is the sun here, so it's been behind you. So out of your conscious awareness, but then once you come up, it's like you're immediately illuminated to whatever this is. And what this message is referring to, it seems, is contained within this next card. And this card is St. John's wort, and it says light in the darkness. I don't think that it necessarily has anything to do with the actual message on the card, but what it's referring to is that the space that you were in before you had this breakthrough was containing your light. It was containing your evolutionary process, and it was actually kind of keeping you in a cage, like this sun energy that's inside this cage. Now, of course, because it is a luminary, there is some light that was able to get out, like this vibration that you've been, this vibration of abundance that you have been sending out. But there's something about this environment that you were in previously, or perhaps maybe even like, especially we were talking about people that you would want to sit at your table. Perhaps it's even talking about maybe people that you have been in association with. So it's like the energy of the environment that you all are in is putting your light in a box. It's containing your light. And what it's also doing is there's this freezing element that's happening as well. So like this is this ice, right, over top of the pond, and then you can see all of this like wintry snow freezing. It's like your process was being halted, your process of sending out this illumination, this abundant energy. For instance, like the sun is it's an abundant resource. It's never ending. The energy from the sun is never ending. However, whatever space you were in or the people that you were associating with was containing it. And it's as if whatever your process that you're going through is allowing that energy to be released. And so it's coming through with a bit of a hindsight is 2020 type of thing, where you didn't realize that this was happening to you until you evolved into this state here, until you evolved enough to see this message or whatever information is coming to you and notice that it's like with these 3 cards here, it's like I'm noticing you kind of looking at that and then looking at your light, and you're like, oh my God, I had no idea that there was more of me to be evolved, to come into the next, I guess the next phase, the next part of your journey, which is talking about, it's almost as if like the next phase of your journey is to be surrounded by people who are like-minded as you, who have the same vibrational output as you. So those who are, it's coming through as like gratitude, giving thanks, very abundant. There's really no sense of lack in this energy at all. And so it's like you're realizing that the space that you were in previously was in some type of way influencing your like mind state about it, your mind. And so there's this breakthrough that's happening for you. It seems as though it's happening in a bath where you're giving yourself like a salt bath. You're restoring your electrolytes or your energetics, right? You're restoring yourself. And what's coming up next is this blue damselfly, which is also another creature that goes through an incredible like metamorphosis. So that's what I'm seeing for you here, is that this entire process, maybe even just happening within a bath, is completely changing your vibration. It's completely changing your entire vibration, and it's lifting it up into a state where like you're able to, because this says commune with nature, it's like you're able to connect to the earth in a way that shows you that there's actually never any lack. That's what this is coming through as. Like, just like with this cornucopia here, that you always have, that's the message that's coming through with this blue damselfly, is that you always have what you need, and you can have more too. There's actually no sense of lack when you rise up into this energy and you connect with like the beings around you. It's almost as if, because you're in communion with nature itself, you can see that nature always provides, maybe in different types of ways, but it does always provide. And you're giving thanks to that. So it's like you're trying then to decide whether or not you want to, okay, so this might even not be coming through as like other people. You're trying to decide whether or not that state for you, that energy of lack, the opposite of abundance, has a seat at your table anymore. Does that make sense? That's a really beautiful reading. So I am doing an extended for this, so if you would like to join me for that, this resonated for you, you can follow the link in the top of the description box. And the way it works is that I'm doing a membership program. So it's $10 a month to join, just to start. And you will be receiving all extendeds for all of the readings that I do. I wanted to make it easily accessible. So there's that. Yeah, and you can join anytime and then also catch the extended to this reading. So hopefully I will see you there. Have a good one.